Hi everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, your look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. At the annual Mayor's Energy Efficiency Awards, Mayor Sly James recognized 6 organizations and facilities that continue to reduce energy consumption, including City Hall. The 80-year-old 400,000 square foot building received the highest score in this year's challenge. Other businesses recognized included Centennial, J.E. Dunn Headquarters, Assurant, and Shook Hardy and Bacon. The Kansas City, Missouri School District took home the grand prize this year, having nearly doubled their score from last year by saving energy equivalent to the amount it would take to power 3,800 homes for an entire year. And the awards keep coming. Another competition named KCMO an All-American City for its work to improve school attendance, summer learning, and reading scores, thanks primarily to the work of the Mayor Sly James Turn the Page program. The mayor began the program a year after he was first elected. This initiative has increased third grade reading levels from 33% proficiency to 53% citywide. The number of kindergarten through third grade students attending summer learning programs has also increased by a whopping 400%. For more information on Turn the Page, visit turnthepagekc.org. Summer officially started this week, and now it's a pretty good time to review a few safety tips for keeping your pets cool.
Hi, I'm Chris with Kansas City Animal Health and Public Safety, and we want your dogs to be safe this summer. Here are a few tips. Please, never, ever leave your dog inside of a vehicle. Even parked in the shade with the windows cracked, it can become too hot for the dog inside. Please, leave your dogs at home. Make sure your dog has continual access to clean, fresh water. A spill-proof bowl is a great idea, and make sure to change it daily. Make sure your dog has access to shelter whenever outside. This includes a dog house that provides access to shade. Remember, if it's too hot for you outside, it's too hot for the dog, so bring them inside. Try to walk your dog during the cooler hours of the day and avoid walking on hot surfaces like asphalt that could burn the dog's feet. Summer is the time for fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes. So give your pet medication to prevent fleas, ticks, and heartworm. Check with your veterinarian to determine which product is best for you. Consider having your pet clipped or shaved if they have a long coat. Check with your veterinarian to determine if that is appropriate for your pet. Apply sunscreen if your dog has a thin coat. So remember, follow these tips and keep your dog safe during the summer. For more videos, go to kcmo.gov and search FYI KC.
Hi, I'm Heidi Downer with Kansas City, Missouri Parks and Recreation. Welcome to Kansas City's Train Day 2017, presented by Missouri Care.
Today we are at the Heart of America Golf Academy in Swope Park to talk a little bit about the Alvin Brooks annual Metro Junior Golf Classic that takes place in a few weeks and is supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund. Here to tell us more about the event is James Johnson, the Executive Director of the Kansas City Metro Junior Golf Club. James, thank you for having us here today.
Sure, no problem.
And give us a little history on the Golf Classic. How long has it been happening and how did it get started?
Well, it's been going on since 2004, and it got started because we had kids practicing and training to be golfers, but we didn't have any reward for them, so we decided to have a golf tournament so they can compete. That's something they love to do. But we had trophies for them, prizes for them, and so forth, and they enjoy it. So that inspired them to become a golfer.
And how many students attend? So, because this is for youth.
Yes.
And what are the ages and how many attend?
Well, they have to be from 7 to 18 years old. That's age-wise, but we don't have a number on the number of kids attend. But we have, in our tournament from the day one, had more kids come from out of state to participate, probably about 60, sometimes to 70% of the kids that participated were from out of state, because urban kids here in Kansas City and the metro area of Kansas City didn't play golf. They didn't play golf.
But you're changing that with this, with this
Oh
tournament,
yeah.
correct?
Well, not only with the tournament, they have to practice and work up to the tournament. They just can't come and just play in the tournament and don't play golf. They have to be a golfer, and that's what we do. We train them to be a golfer, and the reward in the end is you get to play in the golf tournament.
And who is your target? Is it mostly urban youth from the city or from other cities?
Well, when we started out, our focus was the urban kids, but we found out that we got just as many suburban kids come into play as we did urban kids, and so we just opened it up. They would take a kid from anywhere, Kansas or whatever, didn't make any difference, just as long as they're from 7 to 18 years old. Now, when it comes to participating in the tournament, most of the kids that participate, like I said, probably about 60, sometime at one time it was about like 70% of the kids were from out of state. But now we're getting where it's balancing out a little bit, about 50-50 from interstate of Kansas City and out-of-state kids. Out-of-state kids still come here and play.
Well, can you give us a rundown of the activities that happen from July 17th through the 19th?
Well, on July the 17th, we have this free cookout at Station 7 on Oldham Road. And the primary reason we started doing that is because we have kids coming in town on that Monday, preparing to play for Tuesday and Wednesday. And a lot of the kids haven't eaten anything. And we try to cut down on expenses of them traveling into the city. So we have hot dogs, hamburger, pop, chips, and games and stuff for them to have at the Station 7 on Oldham Road for free. We have all of that for them, and include the parents and the bus drivers, and they all can eat.
So you bring out the welcome wagon when they arrive.
Yes.
Because they're probably tired and hungry.
Yes.
And then you get them to play golf
on Tuesday
and Wednesday.
Right.
And can you tell us how that's broken out by ages and by areas of expertise too?
Well, this is what we do. We have kids that are just learning. Some of them are big kids. Some can be in the 8th grade, and but they're just learning. So they don't have a golf game to be on the golf course to be really competitive. So they get to play 5 holes of golf, but they win a trophy just as big as anybody else, and they win prizes just like anybody else. Then we have kids that have played 9 holes on the short par 3 that can keep up on the golf course, but they can't play 18 holes of golf because their golf skills are not good enough. Then we have kids that have the golf skills that can play 18 holes, 9 holes over there, 9 holes on this side, and to constitute their 18 holes of golf for that round. Then we have the best golfers play up to Swope Memorial for 2 days, and they get to play up there for 2 days. So that's where we do it.
It's a jam-packed time while they're here.
Yes.
And I also understand from just looking at the pictures that are on your website, you have a variety of levels that you just described, but you also have young girls that participate. You have it looks like you have a nice mixture of urban, suburban, Kansas City and outside of Kansas City. So that's really an accomplishment.
Yes,
this
that's
tournament.
correct. Like this year, we're expecting a large group of Native Americans from Oklahoma, the Cherokee Nation, and also the Choctaw Nation is planning on being here, and we're talking probably about maybe 40 some kids with those two different
Groups.
Native American groups there, yeah, and that's coming in from Oklahoma. So we expect them to be here, from conversation we've had, and their verbally commitment that they'll be here. So we'll see what happens.
And if people want more information, where would they get to that information?
Well, they can call me from our website page, and we have a telephone number on there listed, so they can give me a call and ask any question.
And what's your website?
kcmo.gov.
Well, thank you for sharing your website with us and for having us out here and sharing information about the tournament.
Okay, thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
The city's parks and recreation crews have been out this week removing trees and limbs from streets and sidewalks following last week's storms. The city drop-off centers are free for residents on Saturdays at all 3 leaf and brush drop-off sites. You must have a valid ID with you. Non-residents can also use those sites, but they would still have to pay the usual fee. The 3 drop-off centers are open from 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. They are located at 11660 North Main Street, 1815 North Shoto Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. The city will also offer curbside pickup for large limbs. You will need to make an appointment by calling the 311 center. The Public Improvements Advisory Committee, also known as PIAC, invites residents to voice their ideas at a series of citywide and district hearings this June and July. PIAC funds typically are used for flood control, storm damage, street resurfacing, bridge repairs, traffic signals, tree trimming and planting, as well as improvements to parks and trails. Upcoming public district hearings will be held on Thursday, June 29th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Greg Kleiss Community Center located at 1600 John Buck O'Neill Way in the 18th and Vine Jazz District. Also on Tuesday, July 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Northland Cathedral. That's at 101 Northwest 99th Street. And Wednesday, July 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Liberty Memorial, 100 West 26th Street. And Thursday, July 20th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Shoal Creek Police Station, 6801 Northeast Pleasant Valley Road. Residents can also submit requests online at kcmo.gov/PIAC, P-I-A-C. You can also request a form by calling 816-513-8828 or emailing payak@kcmo.org. The complete list of summer Payak hearings is available at kcmo.gov/Payak. The City Hall and the 311 call center will be closed on Tuesday, July 4th for the Independence Day holiday. Trash pickup for residents moves to the holiday schedule, which means one day later than usual for residents whose regular trash day is Tuesday through Friday. Monday's trash schedule will not change. July 5th through 10th is also a no-tag period for trash collection in the city. That's when residents may set out more than 2 bags of trash without tags, so you can use the holiday weekend to clean up. Also remember that it's illegal to set off fireworks or shoot off guns within the city limits in celebration of the 4th. We want everyone to stay safe while enjoying the holiday, so please enjoy viewing fireworks displays at one of the many community celebrations. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel and all of our great programs which you can view on demand. I'm Chris Hernandez. Thanks for watching.